Welcome to MacGyvers Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next. If you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Hi there. Welcome back to another episode of MacGyvers Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next, and if you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Today, I've got the in-laws car in here, and it's basically a general health check-over kind of thing, and I got to take a couple of the tires up and get some slow leaks patched in them. It's a 2001 Lincoln Towncar. It's kind of like just a dolled up version of my Mercury Grand Marquis. So let's have a look-see at it. First and foremost, we'll check the oil. I think they're spraying in the field behind my property. That's always fun. Cue the north by northwest clip. Yeah, see, my in-laws were wanting me to especially make sure we check the oil because she doesn't believe that the caretaker that comes to visit them has been checking it when they get gas and all. So it's okay, it's still within the range, but it is a wee bit low, so that's alright, we'll top it off. This would be kind of an interesting thing for you guys to see. I'll take the camera out, we'll get a picture of this airplane. So around here they will usually hire a pilot to come and spray their fields. Check this out. It'll be scary if you've never seen it before. I'm sitting here waving to the pilot. He can't be more than 300 feet above the ground. See if he'll tip his wing at me. There he goes, look at that. That is so cool. And there he goes, he was just spraying that section of field. I hope this comes out because I'm kind of in the sun here. Here he comes again. Then it comes straight up out of this hole on the other side. That is so cool. That is way cool. I was like, he's gonna land in my pasture. Look at that. That is awesome. Look at that. Of course, he ain't paying a damn bit of attention to me, and I can totally respect that. Well, you're flying less than 200 feet off the ground with a bunch of spray bars under your airplane. One of my prior videos, when he was spraying this field over there, he was lined up just right, and we did our own little spoof of the north by northwest thing. That is so cool. Hey, most folks in suburbia and all, you don't get to see this kind of stuff. These guys, these pilots, man, are just awesome. Well, anyway, I've seen this a half dozen times before, but figured I'd catch some video of it since y'all probably haven't. Back to work. Anyway, now we're back in from playing, watching the guy in the airplane, barnstormer if you will. So, we know we need to top the oil off just a tad bit. And we've got our windshield washer reservoir. We're going to need to top that off. And let's see, looks like our, man, they didn't do the battery right in here. Check that out. The battery's just sitting in here. It's not mounted in its little thing there where the bracket's supposed to hold the battery down. It's leaning up against this edge here. Not damaged in any way, but we're going to fix that. And let's see, check the serpentine belt. Serpentine belt looks good. Belt tensioner looks good. This doesn't have a engine-driven fan. It's all electric. Well, that looks good. But we're going to take two tires off because we got one up here with a slow leak. We got that one with a spare on it. And as I said, my in-laws, you know, they don't drive. They have a lady that comes in and looks after them. Friend of the family. You know, we know her. She's awesome. Glad to have her. Glad she takes good care of Mommy and Poppy, as we call them. And air filter looks good. Just has a little bit of excess crap in it. Just knock it out, put it back in there. You know, this is not a big, huge, hairy deal job here, but this is just the kind of things that, you know, every self-respecting vehicle owner should do. Take care of their vehicle. Preventive maintenance. You know, it goes a long way taking good care of your vehicle. While I'm thinking about it, before I forget, I'm going to drop about maybe a quart of oil down in there and get that all situated. Just 5W20. Fortunately, I have some of that laying around, so let's get that done. Got the oil topped off. Top off the washer fluid here. You always want to make sure you actually use real washer fluid too, because washer fluid has a bit of an alcohol in it, so that it doesn't freeze in the wintertime. You just put water in your washer bottle, which is fine, I guess, in the summer, but in the winter it's not such a good idea because then it freezes. Check our coolant reservoir and see how that is. Now, that's saying we're just a skosh low. Coolant is just a tiny bit low. Looks like they're going to be in need of a drain and flush here. They have a regular guy down in East Nashville or Nashville where they live that takes care of their vehicle for them normally. He's a guy they've been trading with long before I ever met Tammy, so I don't necessarily want to step into that realm. He's a good guy and does good work. The thing I am going to do is fix this battery mounting here. This battery hold down bolt was very stuck, and I'm guessing that's why they didn't undo it and put the battery in properly and bolt it down. They were probably afraid that they would break the bolt. But if you're careful and you apply a nice even force and don't jerk on it, then, you know, 9 times out of 10 it'll come loose. And worst come to worst,
and it does break on you, it's a simple matter to drill it out, and you can drill it out and re-tap the hole. But you can see it gets rust on it and corrosion, and it'll get stuck down in there, and it's a very long bolt. So when you try to put some torque on it, you feel it twisting and you're afraid, oh God, it's going to snap. So that's usually the way it goes. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some anti-seize on this and put it back in there, so at the very least the next guy won't have such a fit with it. Alright, now let's get this battery situated down in here the way she needs to go, where she's locked in. And then we'll put our little mounting block back in here where that needs to be. And then we can run our bolt down in here to get her started. And again, as I said, I've got a little bit of anti-seize on there, so hopefully I won't get anybody else in fits next time. And then we just run that puppy down there, and that's the way it should be. Alright, so our power steering fluid looks good. You can check that through the side of the reservoir there. And we'll still pop the lid though. Take a look down in there, make sure there's no, unusual spooge or anything of that nature that doesn't belong in there. And that pretty much will take care of the top of this vehicle here. Alrighty then, see how much air this tire actually has in it. About 10 pounds of air in it. Now they said it had a slow leak, so. Alrighty then. Look for anything obvious here. I don't see anything obvious, but it does have a slow leak, so we're going to take it and let the professionals check that out. So if they find a leak, they can dismount the tire and put an actual patch inside, not a plug. So I'm not a real big fan of plugs. They'll get you home, but that's about it. So brake pads look good. Rotors look good. Don't see any big issues there. I'll do a quick check on the ball joints. Now the ball joints check out good. They all look like they've been replaced because they all have grease fittings on them. Factory ones usually don't. The car has 178,000 miles on it, so that makes sense that they would have been changed by now. So. And the fellow who owned the car previously, he's known to take good care of his vehicle. So, all right. Now, there was an air suspension light on the dash, a warning light. However, there's no evidence that this car ever had air suspension. And like usually what would happen is people would have the air suspension in the Lincolns, and then first time something goes wrong with it, they're so expensive to fix, they just yank them out and put coil springs in. But that's not the case with this. This car never had air suspension. You can tell by the way the system's set up. There's no lines pulled back, tied off, or anything like that. So my guess is maybe at some point this thing had a junkyard computer put in it, which was configured for a town car with different options. Maybe it had the air ride. I don't know. The serial numbers match. You know, the computer will read the serial number out, but don't know. Have to look into that a little further. So anyway, let's go ahead and go off and get our tires fixed and put this baby back together. Okay, so we're back from getting the tires fixed, and of course, one, Ray Charles could see where it was leaking because you could see the screw in it, and the other one had the reason it was leaking was because the tread plies were separated on it, and it was basically leaking in between the tread plies, and that could have been why it felt funny driving down the road too. So I got the one good tire fixed and swapped it out on the front and checked the other ones, made sure they're good. So still gonna have to run with the spare on the back until she gets ready to go ahead and put a new set of tires on it. It's full size spare. It's not the little donut, so you don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about that. And you know, the caretaker only takes them out like once a week to go to doctor's appointments or the grocery store or something. So no biggie there. And anyway, thank you for watching. Again, really, this video is primarily for the benefit of my mother and father-in-law, because they're kind of shut in. They don't get out and around too much, so this way they can look and see on the video what was happening on their car. So anyhow, thank you again. Stay tuned. Please subscribe. Click on the bell icon to be notified when we release another video. And of course, you can always email me directly at MacGyversWorkshop@gmail.com. If you have any questions, I try to stay on top of it. And thank you. Take care. Have a good 4th of July.